And Formula One goes racing on the streets. Good reaction time for our pole sitter. Charles Leclerc has the lead into turn number 1. Oscar Piastri is second. There was a lock-up for Sergio Perez, but he wasn't able to take third place away. How brave is he feeling into turn 2? There's your answer. Up to third position for Sergio Perez. Sainz falls down to 4th. It's a good getaway for Sergio Perez. Charles Leclerc has the lead, and then we're side by side further back.
And Verstappen made a place on George Russell as well. Russell trying to come back into turn 3, but he's too far back, didn't have the front warmed up, and both Red Bulls are gaining places.
This is Lance Stroll. He was in the middle of the pack at the time. There's the contact. They were close into 3, they were close into 4, and then eventually, by the time they got to 5, contact.
Sonoda, close the door on me.
Lance Stroll has a puncher. He was running close to Yuki Tsunoda earlier in the lap.
And Norris has gained 2 places. We saw him behind Daniel Ricciardo. He's now past Ricciardo and Hülkenberg.
Lando Norris trying to gain another place. Yuki Tsunoda is in 11th. That is Hülkenberg trying to go around the outside. And now Lando Norris, who started this Grand Prix in 15th, finds himself up 3 places. But that was all caused by the puncher for Lance Stroll, and they bunched up as a result. Got to make moves quickly. Lando Norris trying to undo the damage of qualifying in his first Q1 exit. He's got Yuki Tsunoda off the racing line, can't pass him into turn number 1. What about turn number 2? Lando Norris needs this, and he's got it. He moves up now to 11th place. On board with Lando Norris trying to make another pass, and he's going to get it done on the brakes. Bearman wise enough to know that his race is with other cars, and it's another position gain. Norris now up 5 places.
Lando, can you do anything to hold Perez up in the middle sector without hurting yourself?
Yeah, for how long?
This lap.
That is Lando Norris trying to protect his teammate's second place at the moment from a hard-charging Sergio Perez. So you have to do it in the middle sector, because if you try to do it on the straight, you'll just get past slam dunk. That's going to happen anyway, though, isn't it?
Yeah, holding me. Yeah, we see that.
And now Piastri pits. So they've had to use Norris as an emergency. Slow down Perez, please, because we've not covered him off when we should have done.
You're looking at the visor cam for Sergio Perez, a master of these streets, and he's trying to stand on the podium minimum again today. Who's on the exit of the corner, though? It's Oscar Piastri with track position, and Perez had the tyre advantage, but Norris played the team game, and Piastri stays ahead for the time being.
Piastri is coming, and he's going to get the DRS right about now. There's the overspeed.
Here's the chance for Oscar Piastri. How brave is he feeling on the brakes? It's a dive bomb move. It's a change of lead. Extraordinary stuff from the Australian. Charles Leclerc fights back, but he can't take it back. Oscar Piastri on this set of tyres has come alive, and he's first in the race. He's trying to break the toe. This Grand Prix has gone electric, and Piastri still has the lead as they exit turn 3.
Absolute beauty of a move for the lead once again from Oscar Piastri. Last week it was outside, this week it's inside, and Leclerc thought he was too far back. Piastri thought otherwise, smoked it in on the inside, and he's through into the race lead, but Leclerc's well within DRS range.
At the moment, Lando Norris is hanging on to it and defending heavily up against Max Verstappen.
Well, it's worth more to Norris to defend from Verstappen than it is to defend from Sainz.
Oh, he had to get out of the throttle. The top 2 in the World Championship nearly came to blows again.
Oh yeah, brakes are not working.
It's a scary one, turn 15. You come over that crest and the barrier greets you very quickly if you don't stop the car well enough.
He is an unflappable character, Oscar Piastri. He always has been. He's trying to win his second Grand Prix today, but Charles Leclerc has something to say about it. The door was closed in Charles Leclerc's face. That's the closest he's been since he lost the lead. Piastri on the defensive. Wonderful battling for the win here in Baku. It is game on for the lead of the Grand Prix. That gap is going to come down and down with every metre that they run to turn number 1. We're into DRS range. Are we going to have another change for the lead? Charles Leclerc wants that inside line. He will not be given it, and there's no room to go the long way round. Not this time, but how about into turn 2? Chop across from Piastri. Now it really is gloves off. Piastri accelerating from a part of the racetrack that he didn't want to be in. And yet he's still got the lead of that Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc in the wheel tracks, having to think about the risk versus reward, and the top 3 in the Grand Prix are now separated by 0.8 of a second. On board with George Russell, diving to the inside, and Russell gets ahead. It's that inside line that's the grippiest. It's the inside line that gives George Russell P6. I wondered how far they could take Lando Norris through this Grand Prix. The answer is lap 38. They've taken it as far as they could. Look at these two in the land of fire, driving the matches. This is amazing. Can Max Verstappen keep behind his rival for the championship, or is Lando Norris going to gain points up against the Red Bull driver? There is the answer. Powering through and taking points out of the championship lead against all expectations. Lando Norris moves up to 6th position. Kicking up the dust in the late evening sun. Who will be second going into turn number 1? Perez is powering through. Perez has got them late on the brakes. Leclerc refuses to give it up. And can Carlos Sainz fight by? Yes! Wow, what a move! It was nearly second for Perez, but it's Carlos Sainz who gets by, and this one's not over yet. We're heading into the wall! At high speed, Sainz and Perez make a collision at high speed. Perez is out. He's out of the Grand Prix, and on the penultimate lap of the race, that's the moment that wins the Grand Prix for Oscar Piastri.
First of all, Perez attacking Leclerc, and this was deep defence from Charles Leclerc, who got down the inside and just forces Perez to check up a little bit. Now Sainz comes through and he's attacking Leclerc, but he gets wide on his teammate and he can't turn in. He loses a load of front grip. It allows Perez to come back through. They're side by side. It's so needless, probably particularly on Perez, who's got a clearer view and has space to just move to the left-hand side.
What the is he doing, man? What the is he crazy or what? Idiot.
What happened there?
Are you okay?
Yeah, but I don't get it.
The Oscar goes to the top step of the podium. Oscar Piastri wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and it will be a sequel to celebrate. The Australian is a Grand Prix winner for the second time.
And what a day for McLaren. All the fallout from Monza, how they lost the race. This time they've won it. The genius of Piastri has won the race, but with a Red Bull and a Ferrari crashing right at the end, they lead the Constructors' Championship, and suddenly by a solid margin.
That is a Grand Prix with all the elements of a classic. Two drivers daring themselves to the limit of what is possible at the head of motorsport's pinnacle. Moves on the edge, eventually contact between rivals. Norris upending expectations to take 3 points out of the lead of Max Verstappen.